Welcome back to another episode of Restaurants and Real Estate. Realtor Michael Haynes here. Every week I visit a different area restaurant, give you a review on that restaurant, give away a gift card there, and also give you a quick real estate market update. So this week I took my wife out on a date Saturday night. We dropped our kids off at my in-laws and we just cut loose. We went over to Giorgio's in Merrimack, right over the Nashville line. Giorgio's is right off of, kind of like right near Amherst Street, Continental Boulevard, right there. They've got really, really good Italian food. So we asked our waitress, we hadn't eaten all day, we were kind of hungry, and we said, what's your favorite appetizer? She said, well, it depends on what you like. People love the meatballs here, they love the calamari, and I was like, well, you know what, I'm kind of hungry, I could go for both. I love calamari, and meatballs are never had a bad meatball. And I have to say that they have really good meatballs. She said they're light and airy, and I didn't really know what she meant, but after having them, I definitely understood it. It's a ricotta meatball, and most meatballs that I've had, they're kind of dense. These things were they're very light. You cut through it, it was a really light meatball, but oh my gosh, it was packed full of flavor, so good. And the calamari, very, very good. Never disappointed with calamari. Came out with a marinara, lemon aioli. Very, very good food to start. And then my wife ordered a Long Island, which was a little strong. So if you like strong drinks, Giorgio's is the place to go. I got the Seafood Fra Diavolo. It was shrimp and scallops. Scallops were super tender. Shrimp was good over a linguine. It wasn't too spicy. I didn't add any red pepper, but it was really good. And then my wife had a Chicken and Spinach Manicotti. I'm not Italian, I don't know how you say that, but that was also very good. We had some leftovers on that one, took that home to the kids, they devoured it. Giorgio's really good spot if you're looking for a nice intimate setting. They were packed. I mean, we were there early on a Saturday, and they had a crowd going at like 4:30. So I would highly recommend checking out Giorgio's if you're looking for some good Italian food here in southern New Hampshire. Moving over to the real estate side of things, so not too much has changed. Interest rates are definitely in the 7s. There's some programs that are offering in the 6s. You know, rates, I say it every week, but rates definitely vary by borrower, so your qualifications might be different than someone else. So if you have questions on what your individual rate might be, feel free to reach out. I can connect you with a lender if you don't have one. Jay Vogel from Guild Mortgage, he's my go-to. He's a great guy. I personally use him for my stuff. If you prefer a bank, I can help you out there as well. There's some good guys over at Bangor Savings. There's plenty of options there, but if you have questions on rates or anything, check with a lender, because it's really important to know, when I sit down with a buyer, what I like to do, if you're thinking about buying a home, I have you come in, we sit down, I ask you a series of questions, and it's really important because we spend maybe, if you don't have a lot of questions yourself, I get through all of my questions in about 20 minutes, and I'm asking you all of the specifics on what you do or don't want or need or don't need in a home. And that's important because I'm gonna set you up with a search in the back end of my MLS. Just about every agent is gonna do that. And we use the criteria from that consultation. When I meet with you for that first time, it's like a needs analysis. I get all of what are the must-haves and what are the absolutely must-haves, or wants and needs. And I set up that search based on those wants and needs. In addition to that though, I'm always prospecting for new listings for myself. So just as a real estate agent, I list a lot of homes for sale. So I'm always calling sellers, whether they're for sale by owners or expired listings that maybe didn't sell a year or 2 years ago, or circle calling around listings that had just listed. A lot of people will list a property in a neighborhood, and then within a couple weeks, couple months, someone else decides to list their house. So I'm always prospecting for new listings. And if I have a good handle on what you as my client are looking for, and I'm talking to a seller and I say, hey, you know what? I may have a buyer for you without even ever having this home hit the market. Is that something you're interested in? Not all sellers are interested in that. A lot of sellers say, no, I want it to go on the market. I want to get as much activity and get as much of a bidding frenzy as I can get, which I totally understand. But there are plenty of times where sellers say, you know what, And this happened, actually I closed on one today that was a very similar case. I was talking to a daughter and her mom was selling her house, and the mom was not in a position to have 50, 60, 70 people walking in and out of the house and having the mom have to leave. It was going to be really inconvenient for them. And they said, Michael, you know, if you do have someone, let us know. And I just so happened to have a buyer who was looking in that exact area, and we were able to just come together completely off market. I represented my buyer client, brought them to the property, showed it to them. They said, Michael, we like this, let's write up an offer. We did, we presented it, we're under contract, we closed today. So it doesn't always happen like that, but when those do happen, it's really great for you as a buyer because you're not competing with anybody. These bidding wars and frenzies of multiple offer situations are pretty tough. And buying a house right now, it's not for the faint of heart. You got to have some thick skin. You got to get a lot of no's before you get an offer accepted. So that's one thing I do differently. Again, it starts with that buyer consultation. That's really important for me to sit down with you and get a really good handle on what it is you're looking for. And also, and sometimes, I mean, I might sit down with you and say, hey, listen, you know what, now's not the time, the best time for you to buy a house for one reason or another. But again, that's just a good time for us to sit down, go through everything. I also use that, again, it takes me about 20 minutes to ask my questions, but I'll sit down for an hour, 2 hours, however long you need. If you have questions on anything, if you've never bought a home before, you probably have a lot of questions. And I met with some people the other day that were peppering me with questions, and I was answering them left and right. And they, at the end of I could just tell how confident they felt with me at the end of that meeting. And they said, well, we definitely want you to be our agent. We want you to try to find us something. And, you know, again, I'm happy to do that however I can. So if you're looking to buy or if you're looking to sell, don't hesitate to reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to help however I can. Moving over to the gift card giveaway. So every week we give away a gift card to the restaurant I visit, and this week's winner was Kimberly Carter. Congratulations, Kimberly. I will be reaching out to you to coordinate picking up that card, or if you want, we'll drop it in the mail for you. And as always, we give away a Market Basket gift card as well. We'll notify that person separately. So again, guys, if you have any questions, you really want to get a handle on what's going on in the market, and you just want to sit down and talk, feel free to call me, text me, email me, DM me on this platform. Whatever works for you typically works for me.